Have you ever wondered how professional photographers create those stunning blurred background effects? Today, we unravel the magic behind this captivating technique, the depth of field. It's a powerful, creative tool that photographers employ to draw focus to the subject, blurring out the background, or sometimes the other way around. It's not just about adjusting the focus, but an art of storytelling, of bringing a subject to life amidst a hazy, dreamlike backdrop. Now that we've piqued your interest, let's dive in to understand how to use depth of field to your advantage in photography. In simple terms, depth of field is the distance between the nearest and the furthest objects that are in acceptably sharp focus in an image. Let's break it down a bit. When you're looking through a camera lens, you'll notice that some areas of your image are in sharp focus while others may be blurred. The area that remains in sharp focus is what we call the depth of field. Now, how do we control this depth of field? It's all about three main factors: aperture, lens focal length, and the distance between your camera and your subject. Aperture, which refers to the size of the opening in your lens, plays a crucial role. A larger aperture, which is a smaller f number, results in a shallow depth of field. This means that less of your image will be in focus. On the flip side, a smaller aperture, which is a larger f number, results in a greater depth of field, putting more of your image in sharp focus. The lens focal length and the distance between your subject and your camera also influence your depth of field. A longer lens or a closer subject will decrease your depth of field, while a shorter lens or a further subject will increase it. So by understanding and manipulating depth of field, you can control how much of your photo is in focus. Now that you understand the concept of depth of field, you might be wondering how to apply it in real-life photography. Imagine you're capturing a portrait. You want your subject to be the star of the show, right? Here's where a shallow depth of field comes in handy. By using a wide aperture, you can keep your subject in sharp focus, while everything in the background becomes a soft blur. This technique allows your subject to truly stand out, making for a captivating portrait. But what if you're out in nature, capturing a breathtaking landscape? A shallow depth of field won't do the trick here. Instead, you'll want to use a smaller aperture to achieve a greater depth of field. This allows everything from the blooming flowers in the foreground to the majestic mountains in the distance to be in clear, sharp focus. It's like inviting your viewers to step into the scene and explore every detail. The magic of depth of field doesn't end there. It can be used to guide your viewer's eye, drawing attention to the parts of the image you want to highlight. Want your viewer to focus on a single raindrop on a leaf? Use a shallow depth of field. Want to showcase the vast expanse of a cityscape? Go for a greater depth of field. Remember, depth of field is not just a technical aspect of photography, but also an artistic tool that can dramatically affect the aesthetics of your photos. Let's quickly recap what we learned today about depth of field. This amazing photography concept helps us control the amount of focus in our shots. By manipulating our camera's settings, we can adjust the depth of field to create stunning images. Whether you're capturing stunning landscapes or intimate portraits, understanding and utilizing depth of field can elevate your photography game. So next time you're out with your camera, play around with depth of field and see